Hello, this is Loki, and I am doing a project called the Villains Club. What the Villains Club is a show that I'm working on with other people. Okay, like on my channel, it would be called the Villains Club Phantom Tongue, and I will have, of course, villains on there with me as co-hosts. The good thing about this is the people, not only the people who are co-hosts, but they can have their own show also on their YouTube. And theirs would be the Villains Club and whatever club name they want to go by. And the reason I want to do this is to say we have a lot of people. Say 16, 20 people who are villains who are also doing this. So many of those villains will have maybe their own channel, basically their own club. And it would be, like I said, the Villains Club, and whatever they want to name the club. One of the great things like that is to say, like, person number 5 has their own club. Well, he only has 2 of his villains that normally do a show with him, but there's 2 other villains from a different club he wanted to do maybe a show that day. So he gets himself and 4 other villains, and they do a show. And like I said, that's the best thing about it is we could have like other villains from other people's clubs onto our show. We could go onto their show and stuff like that. And basically, it's kind of like a villains alliance, and each person can have their own club and their own show. So the great thing about it is, this is not just my show. Everybody can own a piece of the Villains Club, and everybody can do their own show. And the main thing is, each time you do a show, it's role play. You're doing a villain. You have somebody else on your show that's also doing a villain. But not just that. Say, like, if you want to do a show and it's just you and the other villain, but you want somebody else to come on your show, just like, and they play a role as a regular person. Just say Kevin wants to come on, but he doesn't want to be a villain, but he wants to role play. So he wants to role play a regular person named Kevin coming onto the show to interact with the villains. That's fine too. And another thing is, just say like people wanted to do Heroes version of the Villains Club. Well, we can do that too. We can have, like, just say, for some reason my club and your club are arguing over territory and stuff that we're doing. We can, like, have fake beef and stuff like that. We could be like, oh yeah, why don't we do this? And just basically character interactions, like crossovers, like people from their club coming on my show, people from his club coming on my show and stuff like that. Me going to their club, basically their show and stuff like that. Another thing I was thinking is, just say, for instance, there's a person that's playing the villain, but they're not in our little group, and you want them on your show. Well, that's fine. Stuff like that. They could come on your show as a villain that's not tied to anything that we're doing, but they just want to have fun. And that's basically what I want the Villains Club to be. As us role playing our characters. But then we get into what shows are we going to do. Or that's up to each individual person. Each individual club. We could talk about movies. We could talk about anime. We could play video games. Stuff like that. Like Loki plays Overwatch, and I get other people from other clubs to come on, and we play Overwatch. Or we talk about movies. We talk about crazy news. Just anything basically that's happening in the world, we want to talk about. Or we can just make up stuff. We can make up stories. Stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. The possibility is endless. We're only limited by the amount of people we have that want to do this. And this is not like it's, well, I'm not sure if I said it, but this is not set in stone. I'm going to be, the more people we get, the more feedback and stuff like that I'm going to get from other people that want to be a part of this. Stuff like that. But, like I said, the best thing about this is you can own your own Villains Club. You're not tied down to somebody else. And you can have, like, since it's a club, you're not limited to how many people you want in the club. How many people you want on your show and stuff like that. You can do shows. It would probably be kind of good if you were each person, I guess, each club did shows at certain times, so we're not overlapping with other people's clubs and stuff like that as much as possible and stuff like that. But like I said, all this is something I'm working on. I'm not sure how many people want to join and stuff like that. So as soon as I get feedback from other people, there'll probably be changes and stuff like that to basically what happens in the long run. But then again, since everybody can have their own club, each club will be run differently. And hopefully we can find some common ground if we want people to come on our show from other people's clubs, stuff like that. Well, this is all I have for right now. Like I said, everything is in the works, and I would still like to have other people's feedback and stuff like this. And like I said, until I get a lot of people or a few people or a core group that's willing to do this, I'm not sure when this is going to happen. And if you're listening to this, I appreciate you stopping by and listening. If you have feedback or if you want to be a part of this,